He made the same mistake and then he wasn't given a second chance. Dating in the UK is hard. I've had my own share of premium breakfast. When you're in the UK, it's more of a, a survival journey than comfortability. Hey lovely, my name is Shari and on this channel I upload videos about nursing, lifestyle in the UK and coming abroad. So if these are content you would love, kindly hit the subscribe button and join the awesome family. So just like any other immigrant, I came to the UK with a lot of big expectation, but the lessons I've learned so far in my 2 years in the UK has just blew my mind and has also changed my perception about a lot of things. So in this video I'll be talking about the experiences I've had so far, and the last one is the very important ones, so stay with me. So the first lesson I'm going to be talking about is having a backup plan. A lot of unfortunate things happen, things you least expect. Let's wake up one morning and then a situation have changed in your life that needs an immediate action. So I've learned that you always have to get a backup plan, because in this country you have a lot of bills to pay. Aside that, you've got a lot of responsibilities here and then home as well. So if you don't have a backup plan, you want to rely on just your salary, you are always going to be under pressure. I'm telling you, ever since I came to this country, I've seen a lot of people, mostly immigrants, who return to work after retirement to continue to work, even though they are old and they're supposed to be in their homes and taking care of themselves and probably their grandchildren. They always come back to work because their retirement plan or pension is not enough to sustain them. So having a side business or side hustle is really important. Most immigrants in the UK have learned new skills, do a bit of small business, and people have learned to make hair, others bake cakes and stuff. People are making money online. Like, most people are doing something aside their business, not because they are greedy and they want all the money in the world, but they just want to be comfortable enough to support themselves and their family. So having a plan B aside your salary is very important. And also, most people back home do not really understand the situation here, because they assume that when you're in the UK you've got a deep pocket. So when you start complaining that you are in a very bad place to extend hand at this particular point, they think probably you are being stingy. But the thing is, it is what it is, and I don't blame them too much, because when we were in our various homes, when I was in Ghana, I used to think the same, that people abroad are making it like they are living the most comfortable life. But I've come to the realization that it's not so. It's more of a survival it's more of a survival journey than comfortability. But if you get to settle down, if you know what you're doing, and then you've got your own things going on, you can live a comfortable life, because a lot of people are making it in the UK. So yeah, that's it. Secondly, I've learned that you need to mingle a lot with people. So naturally, most people tend to lean towards people from their own countries than people from other countries. But honestly, you need to learn to gel with everybody, especially in your workplace. At the workplace, you are not limited to only people from your country, but people from all walks of life. Try to be nice to everybody, because if you don't do that, it can go against you in the future. I'll give you a story to explain why I'm saying that. So if they are planning activities, they want to go out, they want to do this and that, so far as it doesn't go against your values, please, they want to have parties or whatever, you just go. If your finances allow, and then it doesn't go against your moral values, okay? Because there is this guy who was a friend of my friend who was sacked from work because of a situation like this. So apparently he was a black guy who came to work, and he didn't really match the energy in his working environment. So his was, I'm going to come to work, do my work and go. I'm here to work, let me just focus on my work. He doesn't talk to anybody, he doesn't engage in conversations. I'm not saying go and be talking to everybody, go and be all over the place, but to a point, there are a lot of issues that also come up due to people talking too much at work. But at least to a point, try to be nice to people in general. So he just goes to work, get his things done, come back home, like an antisocial kind of thing. And one day he made a mistake, and for that particular mistake, it would have been overlooked because apparently someone had also done the same mistake, and then they just let it go because that person was a friend to everyone. It wasn't so much of a big deal, so they just gave him a warning, a verbal warning, and that was it. But he made the same mistake, and then he wasn't given a second chance. And what came up during that time was, moreover, he comes to work, he doesn't talk to anybody. Well, people were just passing those comments. So please, in as much as we want to be professional, you have to be professional at work, but try and be nice to your colleagues. It's just nice to be nice. The third one is about dating. Dating in the UK is hard. It's hard. They are good people, but the few ones you get to meet, if you're unlucky, you'll be served hot premium breakfast. So breakfast, if you don't know what it is, it's heartbreak. And I've had my own share of premium I've had my own share of premium breakfast. But we move. So the UK intensifies your feeling of loneliness because when you go out, people are working in pairs. The worst is even the old folks, like they are always working in pairs, holding each other, like, oh, it's just so cute. But if you like, you can be awarded the best dress in the UK. Nobody will stop you on the streets to talk to you. Hey, when you're in your country and then you go out and then you get people stopping you by the road and whatever. Sometimes when I was in Ghana, it was really, really annoying. They won't even look at you. But here in this country, nobody will even forget it. So people tend to do online dating and stuff. But me, what is my business with online dating app? What if I go and meet a serial killer? It works for some people, but I don't have that courage to be on a dating app in the first place. But yeah, it is what it is. Let me know in the comment section if you've ever been on a dating app in the UK and then what your experiences were like. So I would say if you are coming to the UK and then you are in a serious relationship that will eventually lead to marriage, suggest you guys should just go ahead and get married so that you can come with your partner. Because loneliness in the UK is serious. When you're in Ghana and you're even single, it's not much of a big deal because you tend to have people to talk to. Your neighbors are always around, family members are always on your head and stuff. But like you don't feel lonely. But in UK where like society is very individualized, it makes it weird. I don't know, it makes it very difficult to stay single for a very long time. And even if you have friends around, your friend might be going to work because she's on a different shift, or your friend might be in a different city altogether. So yeah, that is it. It can be really hard. Moving on, not all your countrymen are your friends. I'm saying not all because there are good people out there who are from your country. But don't assume that, oh, this person is a Ghanaian, this person is a Nigerian, we are from the same place, so I'm just going to rely on this person, or you're going to trust the person. It doesn't work like that. I've had stories, not like stories I've heard in the news or whatever, like friends who are close to me have told me what transpired between them and they are friends. So there is this friend of mine who told me his story. I'll be bringing him to this channel to share his story. When he needed them the most in his life, they all turned their back on him. And funny enough, people who he least expected to get help from, those were the people who came through for him. It's really, really sad. If you find a friend in a Korean or you find a friend in a Filipino, so be it. If you find yourself in a situation where you don't have any friends for whatever reason, I don't know what reason that could be, or maybe you can't get access to your friends, probably your friends are busy, learn to enjoy your own company. Yeah, I've learned to do that. Get a hobby. There is a lot to learn on the internet. So there is this app. I'm not making a promotion for them or whatever, but I'm just saying. So there is this app called Skillshare. Everything you want to learn in this world is there. You've got beginner classes. Next point is taking care of yourself. Most immigrants in the UK tend to forget this very important point. We tend to work. Even on our off days, we keep working. I used to be called the bank manager. because unless there is not a bank holiday or I'm not off on weekends, I'll quickly pick a bank shift if it's available. But I've learned to put my leg on the brake pedal. We've heard stories of a lot of immigrants who have sadly lost their lives due to stress, because people tend to work back to back, 12-hour shifts back to back, and we tend to forget that our bodies are not machines. So please take enough rest, take yourself out, go on trips. Okay, if you are sick and you want a GP appointment, all know that our appointment dates are usually in weeks, sometimes months. If you don't take care of yourself, how do you take care of others? Talking about work and development, I've learned that you are responsible for your own development. If you have goals for yourself, you want to be specialist, no one is going to initiate that plan for you. It's your responsibility to do that. In as much as sometimes your manager would tell you, oh, there's an opportunity here, not all managers will do that. So if you are lucky enough to have a good manager, fine. If not, you need to make your own path for yourself. Yeah, so if there is any opportunity coming up in your department or any other departments, you just need to grab it. Hope you're enjoying this as much as I'm enjoying it myself. So please hit the subscribe button, okay? I've also learned that you need to know your rights and defend yourself in any given situation. There are a lot of good people in the system, and there are a lot of bullies also in the system. So mostly people who are really calm and reserved tend to be the target, because in the UK they listen to those who talk. If you don't talk, it's assumed you are guilty or at fault. So I've learned to, talk my way through my cases. Yeah, so if something happens and you need to explain yourself in a respectful way. When we came initially, we realized that most Ghanaians are usually calm. We have this thing of respecting those who are older than us. Like, you don't talk back at people, or if someone who is older than you is talking, you just allow them to finish talking. But to my Naija babes, I'm not saying they are disrespectful, but you don't look down on a Naija babe. You can't just blame them for something they have not done. They'll put you in your place. I just love them for that. Like, you can't just do this and go scot-free. They'll let you know that you need to, they tend to, fear the Nigerians than the other countries who are, as far as we are reserved. You need to talk. You need to have your evidences. In UK, they do more of email. So if it's something that you might have issues in the future, you need to have your evidences in your emails. Take screenshots, take screen recordings. In my previous video, I showed you a file where I keep my documents. Whether it's from tax, whether it's anything that comes through the post, keep it. And at work, document everything. If it's not written, it's not done. There is this video I saw online when I was new in the UK. It says when you are documenting your notes at work, you have to document as if you are going to be called in the court tomorrow. Like, even if you are writing, oh, patient is sleeping, are you sure the patient is sleeping and not dead? They have to write patient is sleeping with normal respiratory rate and depth. Like, it's so, like, is that serious? Yeah, so documentation is important for self-defense. Now, to the very last point, and the most important, is to pray. In UK or wherever you find yourself, even in your home countries, it's God, Jesus plus Holy Spirit minus nothing. In everything you do, you have to pray, because it will marvel you that the slightest mistake might end your career, or might get you into trouble, or might even end your life. So in everything, we have to pray. When you are going to work, you have to pray. Before you start your work, you have to pray. Before you go to a patient's room, you have to pray at every instance of your life. We just need to have a good relationship with God. If you believe in God. And because life can be overwhelming, not only in the UK, but everywhere. A lot of people, a lot of immigrants are walking around with undiagnosed medical history of anxiety and depression, because life can be hard. But with God on your side, you are not going to be promised a smooth experience or a smooth journey, but it's definitely going to be easier. You get to meet people who will help you in the least expected ways, people who you might not even know. I've had my own experiences, and I would say that God answers prayers. So these are the lessons I've learned so far living in the UK. Let me know what your experiences are like, so that we can learn from each other. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and then I'll see you in my next video. But until then, stay awesome. Bye.